Lounge, where the stories climb high. Dr. Rhonda's in the groove, where the pages touch the sky. Sip on inspiration, let the moments unwind. Eddie voice the horizon, new tales intertwine. From pen to passion, where the art feels divine. Authors vibing together, creativity in time. So pull up your chair, let your spirit align. Horizons Author Lounge, where words come alive. Welcome to Horizons Author Lounge.
I love my intro music. It's such a vibe. Hey everybody, it's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M. Lawson, and I am back with a new episode of the Horizons Author Lounge, and I am so happy to be back with you. It's been another week. Was I with you guys last week? I think I was. There was this one week where I wasn't with you. I think it was the week before. Yeah, it was the week before. I was with you guys last week. But you know, sometimes when I skip a week, it just throws me all the way off. But I am so happy to be with you this week because there's so much going on. And I was just excited to come back and talk with you all. Because, like I said, there's just so much going on. And I just needed to talk with you. So, you know, normally we have two guests in the Horizons Author Lounge. But this week, I needed to make sure that we just one guest because I needed some time just to wrap with you guys. So, first of all, if you've been following me, you know that I have been vibing really, really hard for the Cookie Man because he is in Damon John's Entrepreneurs of Impact contest, and he has worked his way from, I think he was like number 25, and then he went down from 25 to like the top 20, and then he went to the top 15, then he went to the top 10, and now he's fighting his way to be part of the top 5. And I'm just so super excited for him because he's been killing it in this contest. And so I just wanted him to come on the show just for a couple of minutes and talk with all of you, just so he can just let you all know what he's doing, and just to get you guys to vote for him, because this is so important to him. And he's going to tell you why. So I'm just going to bring him on right now. So without any further ado, I just want to introduce you all to Dedrick, the Cookie Man. Hello.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? Thank you, Dr. Rhonda, for having me on and everything. Thank you so much. And yes, it is very important. Um, as some of you already know, I participated in The Block. It's a reality show for entrepreneurs, and this is yet another part of my journey. I have the opportunity to have a one-on-one sit-down mentorship session with the one and only Mr. Damon John. Also, a chance at $25,000 and a feature in Entrepreneur Magazine. So I really, I'm shooting for this thing. So I would love all of your votes and everybody that you know. So please share the link and whatnot, and just really, I'm super excited. I'm super excited because this is a part of my journey. I want the world to know, the nation to know about Mr. Crave's Cookies. For those of you who don't know, that's my brand, Mr. Crave's Cookies. So guys, go to Instagram at Mr. Crave's Cookies and check me out, follow me, and I'll send you a full menu so you can get you some yummies too.
Right. So tell us about the contest. How does the contest work?
So right now, in the last 2 weeks, I went from 7th to 5th, and now because I had to vie for top 10, I made the top 10. It's 10 of us. I am currently in 5th place right now, and what on Sunday the votes were doubled, but between now and Thursday night at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, that's when the deadline is. So as soon as you can get the link, click on it, share it, Tell everybody, hey, the Cookie Man needs your vote. But yeah, it's just as simple as that. You click on the link; it'll take you directly to the page, and I'll tell you a little bit about myself, and then it'll just vote, just press vote, and whatnot. So if you want to do multiple votes, please do. But that's how you do it. Like I said, the contest ends Thursday night. This Thursday night coming at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and whatnot. So please vote.
So, so I know your story, but can you share very quickly your story? Why um the story behind Mr. Crave's cookies? Because I think it's a beautiful story that many people just may not realize.
My 30-second commercial is this. I made an official company. Before I went to college, my grandma gave me her chocolate chip cookie recipe, and I thought that was the holy grail. I was looking at it like, oh my God, what is she really giving this to me? But in college, I grew it all the way to the point to where she tasted them for the first time in 2010. She passed away sadly in 2012, but she gave me her blessing in 2010. And I grew it from that one chocolate chip cookie recipe to over 55 plus different cookies and bars. I don't do cupcakes. I don't do cakes. I do cookies and bars. I'm a cookie specialist. However, and I have customers in over 33 states. And I'm extremely proud of that because that's all through word of mouth. I don't think people will talk really good things when you have bad cookies, but so I'm extremely blessed. I'm extremely grateful for all of those individuals who supported my business throughout the years, including yourself, Miss Ma'am. You're responsible for expanding that at least 5 of those states. So I appreciate you so much. And like I said, I thank all of those individuals who supported me through my journey. My next vision is my food truck. So everything that you all do, these votes, your support in purchasing cookies, it has a purpose. And all of it's in honor of my grandma. So that's my story, short and sweet.
Well, right now you are, I believe, number 5. You're in the top 10, and you're in 5th place, which is amazing.
Mhm.
So on Thursday, you have to still be in the top 5 in order to move forward in the competition. But we can't sit on our laurels. Just because you're in 5th place now does not mean that you're going to be in 5th place on Thursday night. So it's very important
Exactly. Exactly.
that people continue to vote for you. So we are asking everybody, if you have ever tasted a Mr. Crave's cookie, if you have ever thought about tasting a Mr. Crave's cookie, please click the link in the chat right now and vote for Mr. Crave's cookies so we can get him to that number 1 spot. There is a man who's in the number 1 spot who has, I don't think he's moved from that number 1 spot this entire time. And so we've got to support Dedrick in this journey. So let's get to it, guys.
I want that number 1 spot.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so Dedrick, we're not gonna keep you long, but congratulations on your success. I know you've got a huge, huge, gigantic cookie order just this week,
Yeah.
and you gotta get to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll tell you, big shout out to Prince George's County. Since we have moved to the county, you guys have been so super supportive of Mr. Crave's Cookies. So thank you so much for your support and for continuing to grow Mr. Crave's Cookies. And we just appreciate you. So
Thank
thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go vote, y'all. Go vote.
All right, we're gonna let you get back to it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so now that was Mr. Crave's Cookies. So guys, get out and please, please, please vote for Mr. Crave's Cookies for Entrepreneur of Impact. So now, I know some of you have been asking about AI, and I wanted to take a few minutes just to talk about that before we bring on our featured guest for tonight, Monique Hart. And the reason why it was very important for me to talk with you all about AI is because I understand the fear. Some people think that it's taking jobs. There are some people think that it's cheating by using AI, and I don't believe that it's cheating. Yeah, there are some people who might say it's cheating by using AI. I do believe that, and I will say that sometimes it depends on how you use it. But I was in a conversation just recently where I said that AI is not the problem. It's the execution of it. It's how you use it that can become the problem. So, but if you are using it ethically, then there is nothing wrong with it. And I've also said that AI is not taking people's jobs. It's people who know how to use it and how to use it well that may be taking people's jobs, because AI is not going anywhere. But if you learn how to use it and if you put it into your daily flow, it winds up being a very powerful tool. So I'm a book coach. I believe in the art of writing. I love to write. And I will never, never, ever, never let a robot or a computer replace me when it comes to writing. I'm a beast when it comes to writing. I love to write. Let me fix this. There we go. I love to write. And I'm going to continue to write. But if I have a tool that's going to make my writing process easier, why shouldn't I take it? So what I have learned to do, and there was somebody who wanted to hear this conversation. So if I look like I'm a little distracted, I'm not distracted. I just want to make sure that I am giving her a chance to hear this conversation. So give me one quick second, because there she is. I have to make sure that I tag her, because I promised that I would tag her when I started talking about this. Okay, so like I said, so if I have a tool that's going to help my writing process go more smoothly, why not take it? So when I was writing my book, Surprise Swipe Right, there were times I knew I needed to write that book quickly. I wrote the book myself. Every word in that book was a book that was written by me, not by a computer. But there were where I ran into writer's block. And I was trying to think of what I wanted to write next. So I used my AI companion, and I started to started brainstorming. And I would say, well, I wanted a certain character. Oh, wonderful. Okay, Big Fly. I went to Chat GPT and I started to brainstorm because I wanted my character to be at a certain location, but I couldn't figure out how I could get my character at that location. So I asked Chat GPT, so how can I get my character at this location? Why would my character even be at this location? And so I said, why would my character be here? What are some reasons why my character would be at this location? And then Chat said, well, maybe the character could be here because of this, or maybe the character could be here because of that, or these are some reasons why this or that. And I was like, that's a good idea. And it got me to thinking so I could start writing again. That's called brainstorming. That's the same thing I would do if there were a human sitting next to me. But at that time of night when I'm writing, and often because I have a day job, I am asking a human, because I'm asking my AI companion, because ChatGPT is up anytime I ask ChatGPT to be up. I'm not going to be waking up Dedrick to say, Dedrick, I need you to help me to brainstorm. He's sleeping, or he's pulling an all-nighter baking cookies. He doesn't have time to be brainstorming with me, even though he would do it because he's that kind of man. He's a great man. But why do that when I have a computer right here I can brainstorm with? Also, I also like to do a lot of pre-writing. So what I do is I try to put my characters in order. So what I'll do is I'll say, okay, Miss Loretta is my main character. My main character is going to be 70 years old. So what are some characteristics of a 70-year-old? And I start to make a character profile for her. And so Chad is helping me to organize my character profile. And then, okay, she has a daughter. So now I can organize Liza, who is her daughter. And so now I can put my character profiles in order and I can make sure that my characters stay consistent in my book. And my AI companion helped me to do that. There is nothing unethical about doing that. Like I said, everything about my book that I actually wrote was my words. There is nothing wrong with doing that. So don't get so hung up on AI that you wind up trying to be a martyr by not using the tools that God blessed you with. And yes, I do believe that technology is a blessing. Okay, I see a question in the chat. What about trying to humanize AI writing? Is that ethical? You know, that's a good question. I really feel like when you're sitting here trying to when you're putting so much work into trying to humanize AI writing, when you can just use your human brain and your human fingers and your human mind to humanize AI writing yourself, no, I don't think that's all that ethical. Now, I will tell you what I have done. They have sometimes what I like to do, because I do blog. I have a Substack. I have a great Substack. Y'all need to go ahead and check out my Substack. In fact, Daniel, go ahead and put the link to my Substack in the chat, please. Y'all please follow my Substack because I have some great information on there about AI and everything else on there. And I'll be putting some more information about AI on there as well because I am also getting certified as an AI consultant. Often what I do is when I know that I want to write an article for Substack, what I will do is I already know what I want to write, and I'll take all of the information. I like to do the research, and I'll do a brain dump of everything I know about the subject, and I'll put it into my AI companion, and I will ask it to basically pre-write the article for me. I never like what chat comes out with. But instead of asking it to humanize it for me, I go through it and I will rewrite it because I want to use my human brain. The humanizer is me. And I believe that is the way you should humanize AI writing. Stop trying to work so hard to humanize your AI writing when you can humanize it yourself. Now, with that being said, there is a way to teach the AI to write more like you. Now, when you're doing that, what you are actually doing is you are teaching the AI to write like you. You are teaching it your writing style. You are teaching it how you want things to be structured. Now that's a different thing. That is actually ethical because what you're doing is you are teaching it you. You are not humanizing it. You are not taking somebody else's thoughts and trying to make it sound like a human. You are actually teaching it your thoughts and your skill. That is something a little bit different than trying to humanize something else, trying to take somebody else's thoughts and trying to humanize it. So there is a difference. But when you are actually teaching the AI to write like you, to actually use your your thoughts, your abilities. You are giving it your skills. You are actually putting your facts in. This is actually your work. That becomes yours. So that is ethical. So there is a little bit of a difference. Would you say, I will not die? I will die on this literary hill. You are not a martyr. I love that. I love that. Okay, I might actually use that, but I'm gonna give you credit for it. So there is a difference, is what I'm saying. But oh, here's another question. If a person who is thinking about writing, should they start out using AI? Very good question, Amanda. Um, I would say, that's kind of a tricky question. I would say AI is not going away, but I would say that I believe that a person should know the basics of writing. Before you let AI start doing the work for you, you should know the basics of writing. So, and the reason why you should know the basics of writing is because AI um does not always, just because it's a robot does not mean that it's always going to be right. And there have been times where AI has tried to correct my writing and it was not always right. And I've had to reject some corrections that it's tried to make on my writing because that wasn't the way I wanted it to be. So but I would not have been able to reject that correction if I did not know the basics of writing. So study writing. Still, as the Bible says, study to show thyself approved. If you are trying to be a writer, if um authorship is what you actually want. Now, if you just want to write a book because maybe you're just trying to promote your business and you're not really trying to be an author, that is one thing. But if you are trying to be an author, if you are trying to be a writer, if you are trying to be a part of this whole literary journey, then yes, you really need to learn the basics of authorship. You really need to understand actual writing skills. And then yes, if you want to introduce AI into your skill, then yes, go ahead and do it. But you've got to understand the basics of writing, so that way when the robot tries to correct you, you know exactly what it's saying and what it's doing, so that way you can reject it when you need to, and you know what to accept, and what to not accept. And we can have this conversation again at another time. But what I very quickly, before I bring on Monique, because it is time to bring on Monique at 7:30 now, I do want to let you know that I do offer a service. Since I started this AI journey, I have learned that like I said, AI is not going away. And AI is actually changing the way that authors' books are appearing in searches. And what that means is that people are not just Googling books anymore. What people are doing now, when they're looking for a book, they're actually going to AI and asking AI to suggest books to them. And if your books are not consistent in the stratosphere, so to speak, they are not going to be found. They're basically going to be invisible. So when somebody goes in and says that they want, let's say, an urban fiction book, or they want a romantic fiction book, or a children's book, if your books are not consistent, if your books are not visible, AI will never find it, and they will never come up in an AI search, and they will never be suggested to that reader. So what I have actually created is called GEO visibility search, discoverability search. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to help authors to become more visible in AI searches. So that way, when you go to Perplexity, when you go to Chat GPT, when you go to Claude, and you type in a search to look for certain books, you'll have more of a chance for your books to come up, because just in a few months, it's going to be the holidays and more people are going to be looking for your books. And I want to make sure that if you start now, you'll have a better chance for your books to be found. So if you would like to have more information about that, I do have a link right here in the chat. If you go to this link, I will help you to find out if your books are actually discoverable. This is a free call. We will go through and I will actually demonstrate whether or not your books are actually discoverable. And then if they're not discoverable, we'll actually make a plan to help your books to become more discoverable in an AI search. Because, like I said, AI is not going anywhere. And I want to make sure that as we get closer to the holidays, your book will be able to be found. So just click that link. Let's make an appointment and let's talk about how we can help your books to be found. And then also, if you would like more information on AI tools to help you with your writing process, you can also click that link and we can talk more about that as well. So now, enough about that. I want to talk with this lovely young lady who has made time. Yes, you're right. It is akin to mathematics and a calculator, because at one time people were against calculators in the classroom as well. But I want to talk to this lovely young lady who has made time to join me in the author lounge. I want to talk with her about her lovely children's book. She has quite a few books, actually. And I'm going to talk to her about all of them. So without any further ado, Horizons Author Lounge, please help me welcome Miss Monique Hart. Hello.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Dr. Rhonda.
Hello. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
I'm so excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. I meant to tell you earlier, I love your shirt. And I love how you're wearing the collar out front.
Yes.
It's so cutesy.
Thank you.
Yes. How are you tonight? How's it going?
I'm doing fabulous. Teacher by day, author by night, mom in between, and all throughout.
Hey, that's the way we have to do it. It's the way we have to do it.
That's
so
right.
I was actually just about to say, tell me who Monique Hart is, but I think you just told me.
Yes, pretty much. I have two children. I have a son who's 13 years old, and he's in middle school, 7th grade. And my daughter is 9 years old, and she's in 4th grade, and she actually attends school with me. And I am a 3rd grade teacher. I teach all subject areas, and that's pretty much my day job. But my full-time job, the job that God called me to do, is to write children's books. And I believe that he called me to write or create faith-based resources to help plant seeds of faith into children at a young age.
Oh, beautiful. Now, when did you realize this was your calling?
I want to say I realized it all along. However, I first put it into actions and actionable steps that I took last summer, 2025. That was the year that I realized that I was hearing him, but I wasn't doing what he was asking me to do. And so as I was going through my journey of just diving deeper into my faith, I realized that was the one thing that I was missing was acts of obedience. And so I knew what he wanted me to do. And I dreamed about it, had the story in my head. It played in my head like a movie. And so it wasn't until that summer that I was like, you know what? Let's get it on paper. Let me find an illustrator. Let's get this published. And it took off since then.
Lovely. So tell me about your books.
Yes. So I have one picture book and 4 coloring books. I hesitate because I just published my latest one. It's called Today I Can, and it's a STEM version. So I'll give you some background. Okay. This one right here, my mom is totally obsessed with me. That is my one and only picture book that I self-published. But as I was learning and going through YouTube and watching all the videos, I was like, oh, this is a little pricey. And so once again, I leaned in on my faith, and I started asking God. I was like, how, God, how? And I was like, wait a minute, no, I shouldn't be asking God how. I should be asking him, what's next? What do you want me to do next? Right? And so I was in my bathroom, and the Holy Spirit just said to me, make a coloring book. And my friends had been telling me that I should make a coloring book, but I'm like, that's the latest trend now. Everybody's making coloring books, right? And so, but I got this idea, and he was like, make a coloring book for teachers. Make it funny, make it humorous, but also attach scripture and faith to it. And so that's when I came out with my actual first self-published coloring book, and it's called This Could Have Been an Email. If there's any educators watching, y'all know it could have been an email. They always like to, hold those meetings.
You know what? You don't even have to be an educator, because we in the federal arena, we say that.
Okay.
We in the business arena say that. I think there are T-shirts and coffee mugs that say, I survived a meeting that could have been an email.
There it is. There it is. And so I just wanted to make sure that I was highlighting things that we do as an educator, but also make it humorous and fun and lighthearted, and tie it all into a form of self-care, which I feel like is coloring. And so that's how I got This Could Have Been an Email. And I realized all I had to do was pay for the ISBN number. I already bought that because I bought a pack of 10. And so slapped that on there, and published it or self-published it on Amazon KDP. And so then my teacher friends encouraged me, and they were like, you should make student versions. And so that's where the Today I Can series started. I have Today I Can, and Today I Still Can, and then Today I Can, the STEM version. So that's my books.
I love it. Now, what's the feedback been?
Feedback has been a little slow. I was listening to what you were just teaching about being discoverable. So I was like, I need to look into that. Amazon, it's been a little slow. Of course, when I first launched, friends and family, they were grabbing it. I was very supported with my family, church members, teachers, staff members at school. And then once they bought it, that was it.
You know what? It's so funny because authors often get upset because they say, my family's not supporting me. I'm like, well, your family did. When you first bought your book, they bought your book. Then that's what do you expect them to just keep buying it?
Exactly. So I realized that I got to put myself, like my actual self, out there, and I started doing vendor events. I was just at a vendor event last weekend with my mom and my daughter, and that went very well. That was my most successful event thus far. So
where are you located
here? I'm in Georgia, outside of Atlanta, about an hour, I'd say, in Paulding County.
Oh, wonderful!
Yes.
I was hoping Mark Bosajor would be on tonight because he's in Atlanta.
I met him.
Oh, wonderful! Okay,
and Shamara. I met Shamara as well.
Oh, so you were at the Conyers Book Festival?
I wasn't. My daughter is a gymnast, and her gymnastics career consumes my life. So I missed out on it because she had a competition that day. But I met Shamara. Oh gosh, how long ago? I cannot tell you. It hasn't been a year yet, but I saw that she mentioned Dallas, Georgia on Instagram. And I was like, wait a minute, nobody lives in Dallas, Georgia. So I just reached out to her. And so we've connected ever since then. And Mark, he came to the Crazy Book Lady, a vendoring event that Shamara and I was at. And he was also going to be at it. It was a Black History Month showcase. And so since he's a young author or young adult author, he was the following weekend, but he just came out to support us, and really nice guy.
He is. He's a great guy. Very, very supportive as well.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to get you out here to the DMV, ma'am.
Is that where you are? See, I didn't even know.
I'm going to have to get you to the DMV.
Okay. I receive that. I receive it.
Yes. We have to get you to the Black History Month Literary Weekend.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have to stay in touch.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah. And then, yes. Yeah. See, I'm about to do all my pitching again. See? But see, no, because you have a very prime opportunity because you have a great message with your books.
Yes.
And you have a prime audience because your audience is children.
Yes.
So, you know, preschools, elementary schools, yeah, I can see you doing really well with your books.
Yes, I when I was at the vendoring event on this Saturday, it was a showcase for the Festival of Arts, and so it went from elementary school all the way up to high school. And so I had some middle schoolers, some high schoolers stop by my booth, and I realized I didn't really have any type of resource to offer them. And so one of the girls actually gave me an idea. She was like, you should do something for graduating seniors, like a coloring book for graduating seniors, or for a coloring book for those who are entering into high school. And I was like, I like how you think.
Adult coloring books are becoming a thing.
Yes, they are. They are. This could have been an email one. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just saying they're very therapeutic.
Exactly. And like I said, that's how I came up with this could have been an email. It is more so geared towards adults, but at the time when I first published it, that's the only one I had, and children got it as well, and they started coloring it. So, but now that I have the student version, that's been very popular. And my bestseller was actually this one right here, Today I Can STEM, the last one that I just self-published like less than a month ago.
Wow. You've been busy.
I have. It's been fun though. It's been really fun and very therapeutic for me as well.
Now, how are you finding your ideas? Did they just come to you, or do you actually have a process that you go through?
I believe it was the Holy Spirit. Like I said, the Holy Spirit planted that idea for the coloring book. My mom is totally obsessed with me. It's literally a story about my life. Like I am obsessed with my kids. Okay. But more so, I got the idea from my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law, she is, if you can believe that I'm obsessed with my kids, my mother-in-law, you can't tell her anything wrong about her kids. And I mean, from sneezing to blinking to doing a cartwheel, they're the best at it, right? And so that's kind of where I got the idea of the book. It's about a little boy who learns about unconditional love. And at the beginning of the story, he feels like his mom is just overbearing, just obnoxious, annoying. You know, did you brush your teeth? Did you wash your face? All the things that we do because, you know, we have standards for our kids, right? And so the way he's interpreting it is that she's just annoying. So he's going throughout the beginning of the story and explaining that to us basically. And at the end of the story, he convinces his mom not to come to his last basketball game because he feels like she'll be a distraction. So mom says, okay, son, go ahead and go, right? He gets to the game. He starts getting all butterflies and nervous because she's not up in the stands watching him like she normally is. But of course, you know how we moms are. She went anyways, okay? And so she ended up encouraging him because he was on the free throw line. It was 1 point away from winning, and he scores the winning point. And then at the end, he kind of reflects on understanding who mom is and how she just loves him just like Jesus does.
Oh, that is so sweet.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, because you're right. It's nothing like being able to look up and see your mom in the stands.
That's right. And my son, like I said, he's 13. At the time, he was 11 when I wrote this book. And my son is quite the opposite. If I'm not there at a game, he has a problem with it. He wants me there. He wants to hear me. But sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're good. You're good.
Okay. My son is quite the opposite. He wants me there. He wants me loud. Okay. But when I was like, that doesn't make for an interesting storyline. So I had to switch it up a little bit.
Well, actually, that could make an interesting storyline. You know, that one day you couldn't make it, and that was the day he didn't do well.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that for my daughter because she's like, when are you going to write a book about me? So you just gave me an idea of how I can twist it around a little bit. Thank you.
I love it.
Collabing. See that? Collaboration.
Yes, yes. Now you have an event coming up on the 30th of May.
I have an event on the 30th of May. Wait. Yes, the Mableton event, but
Yes.
I forgot about that one because I actually have an event that's coming up before that one
Oh,
that
okay.
was a little bit more recently established, but it's on May 9th. And it's my very first book signing, actually. I am going to be selling my books now at a bookstore. It's called Acoma Book Coffee and More. And yes, I'm so
Congratulations.
excited. So I'll be doing an author signing there. And what I decided to do instead of a typical just author signing, I'm hosting a panel of women. And they're different types of moms, I guess you can say. I've got a homeschool mom, I've got a stay-at-home mom, I've got a working mom, and with kids all ranges of ages and that are into sports and a bunch of extracurricular activities. So I'm going to have the panel. We're going to just talk and discuss and share and encourage and motivate other moms that are out there. So
Oh,
that's what we got going on.
well, that sounds nice. So you're getting out there.
I am. I'm getting out there.
Yeah, slow and steady wins the race.
That's right. You are right.
And now, what's the event on the 30th then?
It's just another vendor event. They're doing a family community festival outside in the park, about 30 minutes away from me. So you can come out, bring your family, bring your friends, and have a good time. There'll be lots of vendors, lots of food trucks, and just a community event.
Well, that still sounds like a nice event as well. And
Yes.
so we do have the link for the May 30th event because I didn't know about the other event. But we do have the link for the 30th event. So
Yes.
if you're near the Mableton area, then click the link, go to Eventbrite, get a ticket, and come out and support Miss Monique Hart.
Thank you.
So we do have a few minutes left. What is something that you would like to leave the audience with?
I would like to leave the audience with if the thought pops in your head to write, do it. Just do it and you'll feel so empowered. Like I feel so empowered. I feel like I have a new identity because, just speaking from a mom's point of view, we get consumed with our kids. And don't get me wrong, I love that. I love this stage. I love being the soccer mom and the Uber driver, basically. But they will grow up and go off and, create their own family. And then you don't want to be sitting around like, okay, what's next, And so, but what I also love the most about this is that I'm teaching my daughter how to be a young entrepreneur. I'm teaching her how to go after her dreams. My son as well, he's not as interested right now, but it's okay. So I'm just glad that I can be a model, a living model of how to rely on your faith, how to rely on obedience or walk through obedience and create that relationship with God, and He will lead you and guide you in everything that you do.
I love how you make your faith the foundation of everything that you do.
Yes. That is new for me. And I've been enjoying building and growing my relationship with God. My mother-in-law, I used to get so mad at her. We'd be playing Uno. Okay. And she's like, she'll get a draw for, and she'd be like, thank you, Holy Spirit. And I'm like, really, Mimi? We're playing Uno. And so, but I realized that I'm starting to do it more, thanking the Holy Spirit. But once again, I'm also modeling that to my kids and helping them understand that God is not this big creature, mythical creature, whatever, that's so far away, untouchable, unreachable, that He's really with you and walks with you and talks with you every single day, as long as you're listening and receiving Him.
Amen. Amen.
Yep.
Well, that is a great place to leave that. I want to thank you, Monique, for joining us tonight. Thank you for sharing your faith and leaving a word, because I think somebody was blessed tonight because you were just unapologetic and unafraid to share your faith with us tonight. And thank you for your books as well. And I'm looking forward to them. And I don't even have any babies anymore. My baby's 27 years old.
I'm sure you know some little ones around somewhere.
I'll go find one.
There you go. Bless somebody.
Yeah, but no, actually, I have to say my great nephew. Oh my goodness, my great nephew. Oh,
It hurt a little bit.
yeah. Yeah, because my nephew has a baby.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah,
It's
so
never too young to start.
normally I buy children's books and I give it to him. Yeah.
Perfect.
So
I love it.
I will have to I have to get some of your books and I'll have to give it to him.
Sounds good.
Yes. But no, thank you so much. I will be in Atlanta for the National Book Club conference. So I hope to see you there.
Oh, okay. I gotta look that up.
Yeah,
Sounds
that's going to be at the end of July.
Okay, I'll look that up.
Yeah.
Before we go, can I give a shout out to one of my biggest fans who is logged in right now viewing?
Sure.
It's my mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
She is my biggest fan, biggest supporter. She goes to all of my vendoring events with me. She has an obedient shirt just like mine. And so I just want to say love you and thank you for your support.
Oh, that's so sweet. So sweet. Hi, Mom. All right. Well, you have a wonderful evening.
Thank
and
you.
tell us very quickly where we can find you and how people can connect with you.
You can find me at The Obedient Pen. The Obedient Pen on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Monique Hart. And then my website's kind of long. It's got that Canva, but everything is basically The Obedient Pen.
So you got the Canva.
I know. If you know about it, you know. It's like all those.
Right.
I haven't bought my own domain yet. It's coming.
It is all right. All right. And I get the Canva. Trust me, I get it.
Love Canva.
Why not?
Why
But
not?
no, you go ahead and you enjoy your evening. May God
Thank you so
continue
much,
to
Dr.
bless you.
Rhonda.
Yes, thank you.
I
You have a
appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you. And like I said, I just really appreciate all of the patience and the flexibility you showed over the last couple months while we tried to get this show together.
No worries at all.
All right. You have a wonderful one.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, y'all. That was author Monique Hart. So before we go, I just want to remind you all, we do have a lot going on. And if you have not signed the petition for the Creators' Rights Movement, what are you doing? So in case you forgot, we have a movement going on. We are trying to get 1,000 signatures in 30 days. And the 30 days is almost up. We have 10 days left. So we are asking all of you to please sign the petition for the Creators' Rights Movement. We are trying to change the outdated copyright laws and change the current copyright law to perpetual copyright. And what does that mean? What that means is that currently, if you hold copyright for your book, the copyright is only in place for the life of the copyright holder plus 70 years. So if you are trying to establish a legacy for your family, that legacy is only good for a certain amount of time. So what happens is you pass away and your book, your music, your art, or whatever it is still making money and still doing well. Or let's say somebody happens upon your book and they turn it into a movie years later. Your family won't be able to benefit from it because it is now public domain. And we don't want that to happen to you. Now, We are also having a copyright workshop. And I want you to be a part of that copyright workshop as well. So we are going to be, we want you to sign, not only sign the petition, we want you to sign up for the workshop. And so, Daniel, do you have the link to the workshop? I think you have the link to the workshop. Okay, I think Daniel's looking for the link to the workshop. But if you don't have the link to the workshop, we will be putting the okay, so yeah, he has the link to the Creators' Rights Movement. We will be putting the link to the workshop in the chat right after the show. So we want you to sign up for the workshop as well. The workshop is absolutely free. We will be explaining to you all what is included in the in copyright. How do you apply for copyright? We're going to be dispelling some of the myths that are attached to copyright. For instance, the poor man's copyright. I hope that by now we know that the poor man's copyright is a myth. So we're going to be talking a bit about that as well. So we'll be talking more about that during this workshop. This is a virtual workshop. So I'll be putting the link in the chat right after the workshop because we are right at time. And I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. So just be looking for that link and sign up for this free workshop and sign that petition. Just go to the Creators' Rights Movement and there's a big red button right at the top. You just click that link and it'll take you to the petition. Sign that, make your voice heard. We want as many authors, as many artists, as many creators as possible on this petition because as many as we can get signed, that means that Congress has to take notice and they can rally to get these copyright laws changed. And we can't do this without you. So that's all we have for tonight, guys. And I will see you guys next week when we talk to 2 more authors. And then I will tell you, I'm giving you a heads up now. In May, I am going on vacation, a real vacation. So I'll be taking a few weeks off in the month of May, and then I'll be right back at you in June. But in the meantime, we still have a few more shows. We have a lot of authors that we'll be getting to, and we're going to have some fun. So let's get to it. I'll see you guys next week, and I'll see you tomorrow on Black Authors Matter TV. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Love you. Bye-bye. Thank you.